what I want to discuss here is complex number. You must have heard it or you must be told. I don't know, sha. But one thing I want to teach you that the things you need to know in complex number. So in complex number, you must have been told that when they tell you that you should find the square root of -4, they will tell you it's going to be 2i. So in complex number or something like that. This is actually what you are supposed to do. This one is going to be square root of -4 multiplied by 1. No, not -4. Square root of -1 multiplied by 4. So this will now be square root of 1 multiplied by -1 square root of 4. Square root of -1 is going to be I multiplied by 2. So 2i. That's how it is. Now in complex number, we have two things in complex number. We have, let's say, two components x and let's just say plus I y. This is going to be real number, and this one is going to be imaginary number, and that's all. Real number and imaginary number, and I hope you understand it. So in complex number, you can use I, J, okay, but these two is not for your level. Students that are going to do advanced maths, they will know what I'm talking about. Now let's say I have as I've explained, like having square root of -4, something like that. Let's say I have square root of 4. Normally it is going to be plus or -2. That's normal. But if it is square root, let's say if square root of 9 is going to be plus or -3, that's normal. But if it's square root of -4, it will be 2i. Likewise, square root of -3 -9, it will be what? 3i or so. And I hope you understand what I'm saying, Sha. I hope I'm making sense. This means that the I is based on a complex number. In short, the I is based on a complex number. It means that if you have this I square, if they have this I square will now be equal to I times I, it's going to be -1. So it means that I raised to power 3 will be I times I times I. So it's now be -1 multiplied by I will now be -I. So you get, if it is I raised to power 4, it will be I times I times I times I. So this one is going to be -1 multiplied by -1 is equal to 1. You see how I'm doing it? If it is I raised to power 5, it will be I raised to power 4 multiplied by what? I. Will now be I raised to power 4 is what? 1 multiplied by I. It will now be what? I. Shey, they make sense like this. If it is I raised to power 6, it's going to be I raised to power 6 is equal to I raised to power 6, I raised to power 5 multiplied by I. I raised to power 5 is what? I multiplied by I. And I multiplied by I is what? -1. And I hope I'm making sense. Now I want to talk about the negative integer powers form. Negative integer power forms like division. Let's say I want to talk about the negative integer power form. Negative integer powers form. Let's say I have I square is equals to 1. I have it like that. Let's now divide 2 by I. Divide 2 by I. You now divide this one by I. Like I in complex number. You know this I, it can be in form of vector. If you are in vector, it's going to be I unit vector I or J or K. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. So this one is going to be I cancel I here. So this one is going to be I equals to 1 over I. Oh, this one is -1, sorry. -1 over I. Okay. So now I it means that this I will now be equal to what? I raised to power minus 1. That's what it means here. It means that from this analysis, it means that I raised to power minus 1 will be equal to what? I. This is what I want you to understand. This is what I want you to understand. Now, if I have I raised to power minus 2, I want to talk about the first one we did was the positive integer. That is why we are doing the negative integer. If you have I raised to power minus 2, I raised to power minus 2 is going to be I raised to power minus 1 square. That's what it means. And I hope you understand it. It will not be, and you know I raised to power minus 1 is what? I. It will not be square. So I square will not be I times I. And I times I will not be equal to what? Minus 1. So it means that I raised to power minus 2 is what? 1. So it means I raised to power minus 2 equals to what? Minus 1. Let's do I raised to power minus 3. I raised to power minus 3 is equals to I raised to power minus 2 multiplied by I raised to power minus 1. That's what it means. I raised to power minus 2 is what? Minus 1 multiplied by I raised to power minus 1 is what? I. This one is going to be minus I. It means I raised to power minus 3 equals to what? I. Let's do I raised to power minus 4. I raised to power minus 4 will be I raised to power minus 2 multiplied by I raised to power minus 2. I raised to power minus 2 is what? It is I raised to power minus 2 minus 1. So this one is going to be minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 equals what? 1. So it means I raised to power minus 4 equals to what? 1. And I hope I make sense with all this. So with all this, I think you can continue doing others like that. So in that sense, note this I can also be written in form of J and K. I told you. So, and one thing is this: the word complex number, complex, the word complex deals the word complex. It means complicated or mixture, or complicated, or it means mixture. That's what it means. Now let's go to the addition and subtraction of our complex number. When we add and subtract complex number, let me give examples. Let me just use as an example to explain all this. When I want to explain this, let's say they said that as we simplify, let me pause this so that it will not consume more space. Now to conclude this is these are the questions that you are supposed to solve. You know, when we want to do this first question, we have 2 plus 5j. 2 plus 5j. We have 2 plus 5j. 5i. Abc for 4. Sorry, plus open bracket 3 minus 2i. What you are going to do is that you are going to add the imaginary and you are going to add the real numbers. So this first one is going to be 4 plus 3. The first one is going to be 4 plus 3 plus open bracket, I into bracket 5 minus 2. You don't have to do sense with that. Is it 5? Okay, 5 minus 2. So this one is going to be 7 plus I3. That's all. And you are done. The second one, you are going to have 4 plus 2 plus I into bracket 7 5, I mean 7 minus 5. So this one is going to be 6 plus I 2. This I2. I don't know if you see so or not. Okay, the question, oh, the sign there was, okay, it was plus. Okay, let me do the minus. Okay, let me show you the minus. So now, if this were to be minus, this is going to be minus. This minus is going to open this bracket. If it were to be minus, the minus is going to open the bracket. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. So the third one, it states that we have 6 minus 4. This one, this second one, the minus is going to open the bracket for you. That's what it means. So it will be 6 minus 4 plus 2. So plus, put I into bracket. We have 15 now. I know 5 will now be minus times minus will now be plus. Here you get plus 3 minus what? 7. So this one is going to be 1i. So this one is going to be I alone. And when you add this, 6 minus this plus this, so this one is going to be 8. That's going to be the answer. And I hope I make sense with it. I said 8. Sorry, minus 4. So it's going to be 4. This one is going to be 4. You know it's going to be 2 plus 2, 4. So the last one, which is the fourth one. So it's going to be 2 minus 5, 3 minus 5 minus 2. So it's going to be 3 minus 5. I told you this minus is going to open this bracket. Likewise, this minus is going to open this bracket as well. 3 minus 5 minus 2 plus I, open bracket. I here, you have 5. First one, 5. The second one, plus 4. Because this minus is going to multiply this minus and it returns for plus. Minus times minus is going to be plus like that, plus 3 again. So this one will now be, this one minus this minus 7. So this one will be minus 4 plus I. This one is going to be 9 plus 3. What's it? So this is going to be the answer. And I hope I make sense with this. So now you can correct it if at all I do a mistake. It can be a mistake, and I really hope you do correct it yourself. So now okay, now I want to do the multiplication of complex number. Multiplication of complex number. Like, how do we really multiply complex number? Let me pause this. Now, if I want to multiply this complex number, if I want to do this, let me just start by doing solution. Solution. The first question, I was just told to multiply this by this. So just do it like this. Let's say 3 into bracket 2 plus j5 plus j4 into bracket 2 plus j5. So 3 times 2 is what? 6 plus 3 times 5 is what? 15 plus j4 times 2 j8 or 8i, that's what I mean, plus j times j, I got I times I, it is going to be minus 1. You know it's going to be j square. Okay, let me redo it. It's going to be j square, or what do you call it, I square. 5 times 4, 20. So this one and this one, they are the same thing. We have I, 23. Should be now. I be now plus 20i square, 6. So this one, but I square or j square equals what? Minus 1. You know. So this one will now be 6 plus 23 plus minus 1 into 20. So this one will be minus 20 plus 6. So you get J23. So this one will not be minus 14. So this one will not be minus 14 plus J23 or I23. And that is going to be the answer. So the next one, number 2, we have 4 minus J5 into bracket 3 plus J2. So this one will be 4 times both. 4 times 3 is what? 12 plus J8 minus J15. 3 times 5 15 minus J square 10. So J square is minus 1 times this is going to be plus 1. 10 plus J 8 minus this is going to be 7 plus 12. 12 plus this is going to be 22 plus I 7. So that's the answer. And I hope you understand it. Number 3. Oh, it's going to be minus. So this one is going to be minus. Sorry. You know this one is going to be minus 15 minus 8 minus. So the third one, I have 3 plus 4J into bracket 2 minus J5 into bracket 1 minus J2. So first do this one and leave this one. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times this minus 15J. 4 times 2. 4 times this minus J square. I have now 20 into bracket 1 minus J2. So this one is going to be 6 into bracket 15 minus this minus J7. You know this one is going to be minus 1 times minus 1e. So this one is going to be plus 1 plus 20 into bracket 1 minus J2. So now this one turns to 20 plus this. We have 26 minus J7 into bracket 1 minus J2. So 26 times this 26. 26 times minus this minus 52 J, however, J times this minus J7 or 7J or 7I. This one times this plus 14. So this one will now be 26. This one minus this, like 52 minus is it not 52 minus 52 minus 7 minus 52 minus 7 is going to be minus 59. Okay, I've been now. So this one is going to be J square minus 1 times 14 minus 14. So subtract 26 plus 14. So it means 12. So 12 minus 59. Okay, or you write it like this. And I hope you understand it like that. Now I want to talk about the conjugate of complex number. What is a conjugate? You know what complex number is representing? We have real and imaginary number. Now let's say you have 4 plus this. Its conjugate is going to be 4 minus this. You know I can write I can write anything. It depends. If I have another one, let's say I have A plus this, it is going to be A minus this. This is the conjugate. This is the conjugate. This is the conjugate. So that's how you write conjugate of any number. It can be 6 minus. So it's going to be 6 plus. That's going to be conjugate. You can even have x plus this y. It's going to be x minus this y. So this is going to be the conjugate. And I hope you understand it. Now, we want to do the multiplication of conjugate. So let's do the multiplication of conjugate. Let me change this multiplication of conjugate. Let's say I want to multiply this conjugate. This is the first number. For example, I have 4 minus 3 this and 4 plus 3 I. So this one is going to multiply this, like more or less like I'm going to use bracket and it will multiply this one too. So this one is going to multiply this and this. So we have 4 times 4, 16. 4 times this plus 12i plus. So the second one is going to be minus 12i minus times plus minus 3 times 3, 9i squared. So we have this to be 16. This one comes with this minus I squared is what? Minus 1, 9. So we have 16 minus plus 9. We have what? 25. The second question, I have x plus y into bracket. When I want to write this one is going to be this one multiplied by this x squared. This one multiplied by this. The reason is that if I want to multiply the other ones, they are going to cancel each other. That's what I mean. So this one will now multiply this. This one will be minus I times I squared, y times y squared. So this one will be x squared. I times I is minus 1 minus y squared is now equals to x squared plus y squared. One thing I want you to know is that the moment you want to multiply conjugate of a complex number, you only have real numbers. All the imaginary will be equal to 0. So the only thing you are going to have in complex number is going to be what? Real numbers. Oh, sorry. This one's supposed to be minus. So minus and plus, you know it is conjugate. So the next one is number 3, and it is 6 plus 2i into bracket is minus 2i. So this one will be 6 times 6 36 minus times plus minus 2 times 2 4 I times I squared. So this now will be 36 plus 4. And I hope you understand it. So this is 40. I really hope. Now I want to do the division of complex number. One thing I want you to understand here is that there are two types of division of complex number. The first one is when you want to divide a complex number by a real number, and the second one is when you want to divide a complex number by a complex number. Let's go for the first example. Division of complex number by a real number. The first example, number 1. Let's say you have this. You have 5 minus this over 2, and 2. You have this. When you want to do these two type of questions, you know this one is real number and complex number. This is real number. So solution will be what? Number 1, 5 minus I4 over 2. So this one is going to be 5 over 2 minus I over 4 over 2. So this one comes with this. Have you now? It will be 2.5. Or you can leave it as 5 over 2 as well. Minus I. This one comes with this. It will be what? 2. So this is going to be the answer. The second one, it said it is 7 plus over 3. So this one will be 7 over 3 plus I2 over 3. So this is going to be the answer. I hope you understand it very well. Now, the second case, second type is complex number by complex number. Let me give an instance. Let's say I have 4 minus this over 1 plus this 2. So division by complex number. One thing you are going to do is this. You know this is going to be numerator, and this one is going to be denominator. Have you now? The first thing you are going to do is that you are going to find the conjugate of this. Find the conjugate of this one. You might find the conjugate and multiply it by the 2, more or less like we are doing such. So now solution. So we have 4 minus this 5 over 1 plus this 2. So it's equals to 1 minus this 2 over 1 minus this 2, I2. That's what it means. So multiply by, So this one times this is going to be 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times minus I2 minus I8 minus times plus minus 5I times 1, 5I minus times minus plus I times I square, 5 times 2, 10 all over. You know this one is like multiplying by conjugate. This one is just 1 times 1, 1 minus times plus minus I times I square, 2 times 2, 4. That's all. So this one is going to be 4 minus 8I minus 5I. Object in minus 12. 5 plus 8, 13. I square is minus 1. Abi now multiply by 10 plus minus 1 over 1 minus, this one is going to be minus abi, minus 1 times minus 1 is you plus 4. So this one that turns to 4. You know this one is going to be minus 10. This one is going to be minus 10. Minus 10 minus I13 over what? 5. This one minus 10 is going to be minus 6 minus I13 over what? 5. You can decide to like have it in division form. And I really hope you understand. You can have it like this: minus 6 over 5 minus I13 over 5. They are the same thing. So the next one, let me give another example. Example 2. So let's say I have 3 plus J2 over 1 minus J3. So this one is going to be multiplied by 1 minus J3 over plus. The conjugate of this is going to be plus. Conjugate multiplied by conjugate. So now doing this is going to be 1 times 3, 3. 1 times this plus J2 plus J3 times 3, we have plus J9. This one times this plus J square, 2 times 3, 6, all over 1 times 1, 1 minus times plus minus J times J square is going to be plus 3 times 3, 9. So this one is going to be all over this one plus this 10. This one will now be J square is what? Minus 1. This one will be minus 6 plus 3. We go to minus 3. This one is going to be J2 and 9. 2 plus 9, what's it? 11. So and this is going to be the answer. You can have the last example on this, example 3, whereby you have 2 plus J3 into bracket 1 minus J2 all over 3 plus J4. So when you want to do this, the first thing you're going to do is that you are going to make this one, this denominator to allocate. You are going to make it in form of a single complex number, in which you are going to have only imaginary and real number. So you are going to multiply this and this. You have 2 times 1, 2 times 1, 2, 2 times minus this minus J4, J3 times 3 plus times 1, J3, J3 times this minus J square 6. And if you understand, all over 3 plus J4. So this one is now equals to, this one is minus 1, minus 1. It will be what? Plus 1. 6 plus 2, it will be 8. J4 and J3 minus J over 3 plus J4. So this one will now be equals to, okay, now doing this will now be multiplied by, complex number now, single one, 3 minus J4 over 3 minus J4. So now J4, this one times this, and the other one times this. So 3 times 4, 3 times 8 is what? 24. 3 times this minus 3J j4 minus j4 times 8 minus 32j. Minus times minus plus j times j square. 4 times 1, 4, all over 3 times 3, 9. Minus times plus minus j times j square. 4 times 4, 16. So this one will now be equals to 24 minus, this one is going to be minus 1. Minus 1 plus minus 1 times 4 is going to be 4. Minus 4. Plus minus 20. We now have 20. Minus 3 minus 32. Minus 35. Right? All over 9. This one is going to be minus. It should now be plus. 9 plus this 25. 5 is common to both sides. 5 here, 4. 5 here, 7i over 5. So this is going to be the answer, and I hope you understand. Now we have a equal complex number. There are two rules for this. Complex numbers are said to be equal. Two complex numbers are said to be equal if 1, two real numbers are equal. Equal part. Let's say equal part, not equal number. Let's say equal part. Equal parts are equal. And two real number parts are equal, or two real imaginary parts are also equal. Now let me give you an example. Let's say if s plus jy equals what? 5 plus j3. Find x and y. So solution to this, they said x plus y, they said is equals to 5 plus j3. Since they said it is equal, it means that by comparing, so x equals to what? 5, and iy equals to what? I3. I cancel I, y equals to 3, and that's the answer. The second one, example 2, they said if a plus jb equals what? 6 minus j3. So by comparing, a equals to what? 6. jb equals to what? Minus j3. This one comes with this. b equals to what? Minus 3. So that's all. And I hope all these ones are clear. They are not something that need that much explanation. The third one, let's say if a plus b plus ja minus b equals 8 plus j12. Find a and b. In this type of question, one thing you're going to do is just do solution. A plus b plus ja minus b equals to 8 plus 12j. So a plus b equals to 8. This is equation 1. Ja plus b equals to j12. By comparing, when you compare a minus b, so this is minus, not plus. This is minus. A minus b equals to what? 12. So this is equation 2. So now compare the equation. You have, by comparing, so combine the equation. A plus b equals to 8, and a minus b equals to what? 12. When you add this equation 1, this is equation 2. Add equation 1 and 2. So this one comes with this. Let me do it again. This one comes with this. We have 2a plus equals to 8 plus this 20. So a equals to what? 10. Now put a in any equation. Put a equals to 10 in equation 1 or 2. Let me say equation 2. So you now with 10 minus b equals to what? 12. So 10 minus 12 equals b. So minus 2 equals to what? B. So it means that b equals to what? Minus 2. And a equals to what? 10. And I really hope you understand what I did here. So now putting it there, it's going to be the equation like that. And I don't think you need to stress yourself. If you tell you to like write it again, you now have A. A is 10, Abby. Here is 10 minus 2 plus here in the bracket 10 minus 2. So you now be 10 minus 2 is what? 8 plus. What is going to be 10 minus 2 plus 12? J 12. So it is the same thing. And I really hope you understand this. I wish you the best. This is what you have for complex number.